We are back, folks, for another edition of the Michigan Football Film Study focused on the defense with Vance Bedford. That man they call Vance got a fan club. They reaching out during the game, talking about Coach Vance. I actually did the same thing to Coach Vance, but I was seeing Vance messages during the game anyway. Even before we were doing it, like, Vance, what you see? Got a thing. So they just doing what I do, Vance. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. I'm down in Houston right now for 2 weeks to visit my family. My dad's 91, so I get a chance to spend time with him and my nephews and my sisters. So I'm having a great time being down in Houston.
Getting you some of that Texas barbecue while you down there?
Well, I had some for lunch, but I got extra for dinner because I go to Bible study fellowship during the week. It's Tuesdays here at 7 o'clock, so that's my destination for the night.
Got you. All right, folks. Well, before we get started on the film study, you know how I always intro them. We do not own this footage, right? And because we don't own the footage, we do not go out and pirate it in any way. We don't sell it. We don't get any advertising. We don't get any sort of sponsorship. We use it strictly for the entertainment, the education, and the edification of you, the viewer. And where I can tell you are learning a whole lot because I see a whole lot of references to Coach Van said. I think the commentators are watching it. I think, coaches watch. I think everybody, we know players watching it. Hey, by the way, Vance, so I invited Mike Barrett Sr. on. Because
Ooh.
Mike Barrett Sr., he was in the comments and he said, hey, tell Coach Vance I'm going to school every week watching these breakdowns. So I said, hey, Mike Sr., we need you in on the film study one of these weeks, or at least on the live. So the invitation is out there. Let me throw it out, but let me get back to the message, the PSA. If we are asking you to help fund the film studies, right? So if you look at that link right down there in the description section, you look at the link, we pin it to the top of the comment section as well. It takes you to the film study PayPal account. We keep that going the whole year long. By the time we get to the end of the season, Vance will be able to buy bison steaks. He'll be able to buy brisket. He'll be able to hook Tiki up. He'll be able to take Maggie on a vacation. That's the whole plan. We got to help Vance. We got to fund these film studies so we can help Vance, help all the people, and get some good barbecue, right, Vance?
And we got to get some good barbecue. I'm down in Texas. I'm headed to Austin tomorrow. I have to speak there to some medical professionals. So I'm getting some good barbecue today. I'm getting some tomorrow in Austin.
All right, let's get to this film study, Vance, because the way I frame it to the people, the fans, and certainly the players that watch, what you say to me is, we highlight everything, but I look at the tape and I look at the play as to how it would apply when they play Penn State, when they play Ohio State, when they make the playoff, or as you said, because you said it's a championship team, when they go to the championship game. That's the lens that Vance looks at the game through. So keep that in mind as we're going through the tape, players and parents, when you watch this video. And then that way you'll have a different the way you digest it will be different, man. So, but there's a lot of good in this game, and then there were some things that you want to highlight that say they got to clean this up moving forward, like you always do. But we're gonna start out with one that I was proud of myself, Vance, because I said Vance taught me this. Vance taught for me to recognize this is how much of a great teacher Vance Bedford is, Vance,
Ooh.
because I
Pat
never
myself
played a
on the
down
back.
in college football in my life. I hadn't even heard of this coverage till I got with you.
Yeah,
So
They started off this game, and first of all, you see under six guy check palms. I have a question to you here, Sam. Why in the world would Minnesota come out in this formation against this defensive line and run this play? I'm sitting there thinking, are you clueless? Are you out of your mind? They went max protect, two-man route. I'm like, give me a break. Now it's second down and 10, so they're anticipating blitz. I understand the max protection. But they played to the hands. The quarterback should look up right now. We're in under six guy check palms. When I look at the picture right here, Sam, look how deep the safety is. What is that telling you right now? Probably some form of half field. Look at the nickel. Look at the safety. He's tucked in deep. So he's probably a curl dropper. Look where the corner is. So if I'm the quarterback, What is he thinking? Do they not have a quarterback coach, Sam? Do they not have a quarterback coach at the University of Minnesota to teach a quarterback? I can't make this throw. Are you crazy? Because I digest, I digress. I did both. I just had some ribs. So let's go ahead and get to the film study. That had to come out, brother. I just had to come. I couldn't believe it when I started.
You digest that, you digress,
I,
Vance.
I did both at the same time. I mean, wow. Wow. So we're in the under defense.
Okay.
We're going to go to the offense first. And let's get going. Because these guys, they're in max protect right now. Okay. You got everybody and their mama in there trying to protect. So if they had a blitz on, they should be able to block anything that comes out. It's play action pass. So this is how you attack certain routes, whether it's cover 3, cover 2. The receiver at the top, he clears out. The number 2 guy, he does some route between 8 to 10 yards deep. He either could break it to the flat or break it to the corner. It's all based on coverage. And the quarterback has to read it, which he did a bad job of reading this. So let's go to the defense. So right now we are in the run front. I call this under 6 guy. We ran this back in 1995 when I was in Michigan. So in the under front, they got overload to the tight end side. They got a 9, a 5, a 1. To the field, they got a 3 technique and a stand-up end. The corner at the top, I call them 4 palms. In other words, they playing quarters. And what he does is that when the ball is snapped, he slow backpedals out, but he's reading number 2. If 2 goes to the flat, he rolls up, plays cover 2, and the safety is over the top. So that safety is called 4 palms. He's also reading 2 to 1. So he's a little bit deeper. He's in the back pedal. As soon as 2 goes over the top, goes flat, he becomes a half field player. The corner comes out. The safety is up. I call him curl palms. In other words, he's a curl player unless something takes him to the flat. If 3 goes to the flat, he goes to the flat right now. But in a 2-man route and the quarterback looks, he'll push to the flat right now. So he becomes an extra guy. The next linebacker, you see 3 hook. If you count to 3, you can play for me. So all you got to do right now, can you count 1, 2, 3? The tight end. Tight end's out. He's going to play to the hash mark to number 3. The linebacker, the curl dropper. He in the curl right now, straight back. The corner, half field guy. Number 32, he's already lined outside. He's a flat defender. So we're going to talk primarily coverage here. Let's let it ride. Let's rock and roll with it, baby. Here we go. It's flash and pass. The quarterback, I don't know what he was saying. He had to be blind. We're going to highlight Will Johnson. It's like stealing. It's like you going to the candy store and nobody around, and you just take whatever you want. Look at this play right here. It's like stealing. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. He looked good right there. That's a nice play. Good coaching, good execution. I mean, you couldn't play this any better. We're going to go to, I think, the end zone copy on this. Number 2 came outside. He was sitting there waiting on. Look at this guy in the stand. Run that back. Run that back. Hold it. Run that back. Let me sit this guy in the stand. Why he got his hat down on his head? I don't understand that. Didn't he realize that was going to happen? There was a dumb play in the first place? Come on now. What we doing, Sam? Wow. That's all I can say is wow. Look, really? Really? Did he expect for minutes it's going to be a blowout? Did not I say that, Sam?
You did say it was going to be a blowout.
Look at great eyes. Look at the state of the top. Oh, my goodness. That is clinic tape. Always going to a clinic. I want to teach this coverage. This is it. Look at the safety underneath, elevate the throw, the corner. Look at the safety over the top. That's beautiful. That's good.
All right, so let's go over the rules, Vance, because when he jumped it like he did, that's what told me it was fun. So if number 2 goes inside or out, if he cuts it like runs an in cut or out cut,
he knows right now the safety got him protected, so he can jump.
Basically, it's cover 2. It's cover 2 if he goes in.
It turned into a form of cover 2 right now.
So now, if number two pushes vertical, now what is
it? It's quarters straight across. That's why I call it 4 palms. That means right now the corner's man to man and the safety's man to man. Now the safety's tucked in there. He becomes more of a quarter flat player because when they go vertical, now he's looking at 3. He's looking for something to make him wide. And otherwise, he's just sitting the curl. Mm-hmm. There's good coverage, good defense, and they executed that to perfection.
So Vance, I mean, I learned palms from you, but you said that was a different coverage than they ran before?
No, they run some versions of 4 palms, but that was under defense 6 guy. In other words, they were it was because it's like a slot formation basically. So you had a corner, a strong safety in the curl, and a safety back deep. Normally, it's be a corner, a nickel back, and a safety. But that way, the coverage is already rotated. So almost like a version of two deep. But to that side, that's why I call it four palms. It turns to cover two on certain routes. If one and two both go vertical past 10 yards, it turns into man-to-man, which is quarters. And again, great coaching, great teaching, and these players took it to the field. I love that play. I love what I saw from the players on that. And then the celebration as a team. I hate when people get by themselves and look at me, look what I did. You didn't do it by yourself. It was a pass rush. It was a linebacker drop underneath. And it was great coaching on the sideline. So they are taught well how to celebrate at University of Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, what I said after the game, Vance, I mean, it was great execution by Will and the players, but y'all up in you coordinators are playing chess. And that was like, Michigan's call was like they put them in check on that one with that call. Looked like they had a better call than the Minnesota OC had on at that point.
Minnesota didn't have a call on. That was no call. I mean, what was that? Come on, Sam. What was that? First of all, because of the formation, you allowed Michigan to overload that side. So that's nothing more than a slot. If you put that tight end in his up position, put him in the backfield. That's like a two-back set. Now, if you wanted to really affect what they were doing, well, that tight end who was in up position, send him vertical. Now all of a sudden they got a problem. Now that safety can't afford to come off because he's also responsible for number 3. They made that easy for him. That was like stealing. So no. See, I think Jesse was playing chess. My man was playing checkers. I'm sorry. Chess and checkers just don't match up. He showed his wisdom to a lack of common sense. I'm just calling a spade a spade. That's all it is.
Hey man, the Minnesota OC is not gonna be sending you any Christmas cards, man. He's not
Well,
gonna send you no
he don't
barbecue.
have my address anyhow. And plus, if I don't know where it come from, I don't even open the mail up anymore. I just like it could be some dust in there. I throw that directly. Do not pass go. Go right to the trash can, which is jail. I'm good to go. I don't mess around.
All right, on to the next one. They ran the stretch play, Vance, and they ran it well in the first quarter anyway.
It took us a while to make an adjustment. We kept reaching for different things, trying to figure out how to stop this particular play in zone defense, especially for the linebacker. And we're going to show 3 different plays because right now, if you see this play, when I look at this, they are going to man, but somehow in the secondary, they got a bust in the secondary somewhere because they rotated guys through. Nobody came down. When I look at this play right now, they got nobody on this tight end. Okay, but we're not going to talk about that. So now this is a stretch play. What a stretch play is this: is that the back, his aiming point is probably to the hip of the tackle. The offensive line is going to go real flat to try to cut people off. This ball would never cut back to the opposite A or B gap because of the stretch play. It'll cut back in the front side B, front side A. So what needs to happen when you defend this play is that it's tough to stay in gaps because the offensive line, they go so flat, then they climb. It's a game of angles. And if you're trying to stay in your gap and you start running as a defensive player, staying in your gap, you know what happens to that hole?
Gets
It
wild.
widens. Yeah. And that's what happens. See, that's why some coaches say you get in a stretch play, just play back door so the backers could run, play front side. That's just a different philosophy. But here at Michigan, watching them playing this game, they tried to stay in that gap. Now, and you can see the blocking right now. That tight end, all he's doing, he's going almost to the guard and stop. He's looking to cut off if he's blitzing anything off the edge. They don't even block him. They're going to block him with the tight end. To the front side, you can see 77. He's reaching for the outside shoulder of the defensive end because now that defensive end said, I'm going to play with leverage. I got to stay outside. So you know what he just did? He stretched that hole. The 3 technique right now, that guard is going to reach for his outside shoulder because the center's working with him. So now the 3 technique, who's a B-gap player, he's fighting to stay in that hole. So you know what that hole does? It stretches the next hole. And now if he goes too far to center, he got a free release on the back. Now the backside guard and center, they're going to double the 2 technique. Now my question here right now, before we move on, Sam, why are we in a 2 technique? You know what a 2 technique is? That means the guy's head up. He's actually inside gap responsible. When people run the stretch play, I won't tell you what kind of chance he got.
No chance.
The power ball right now is over $1 million. Okay, I'll tell you what my chances are winning the Powerball. You want to know what my chances are, Sam? It's zero because I don't play the Powerball. So therefore, from a two technique versus a stretch play, unless it's Reggie White coming back from the grave, he got no chance. He's an A gap responsibility guy. So now you know what gap he in, Sam? He in the B gap. He in the wrong gap. Getting cut off by the tackle. So now the guard can climb. So now the cutback is big. With my one knee, I might better get 2 yards. That's how bad this is for our defense right now. And we got a bust in the secondary because we're not aligned properly. Little Mike appears to have the tight end man to man, but he's 10 yards deep, so we got no edge. Okay, so we got a problem right now with confusion because you know what they just did to us, Sam? What we've been talking about. They went where? Formation to the boundary.
Mm-hmm.
It caused some confusion as far as what we needed to do and what check we had to go through. So right now, when I looked at both corners of pressing, that's why I say it was over cover one.
All right.
If it's over cover one, unless they got a three-way, this was happening. Stretch, the back starts at the hip of the tackle, and then he'll cut back if a lane opens up. Okay? So now let's go to the defense, Sam. Let's go to the defense. Okay, now, as you can see, the gap responsibility. Little Mike, he's deep. Technically, he's a D gap player. The end is head up, so he's a C gap player. The next guy's a three technique. He's a B gap player. The next down guy is a two technique who gets cut off. He's an A gap player. Now, the backers, the front side back, he's a stack A. Technically, he don't have a gap. He should stack and be able to fall back. He should track the hip of the back. If the back cuts back, he can fall back. So he's protected. There are no gaps over there. The next backer, he's a B gap player to cut back. But when they're running a stretch play, he should run and stack to the hip of the center for the cutback. Because they technically appear to be a man-to-man, it appears that he has to take the tight end coming back across. So now, if that's the case, and I don't know this, if that is the case, that stack backer, he should fall back to the A gap, and little Mike should stack for the D gap. Now they don't have a play. You see what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
If they're playing man-to-man, I'm watching the back end, and it looks like it is. If that's the case, that means that the two linebackers and little Mike, they have a tight end and a back. It's 3-on-2. So if the tight end comes back across, then that backer, he comes back and takes a man-to-man. That tells the stack backer, I got to protect the A gap right now because little Mike is a D gap player.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what happened? None of that happened. So let's see what happens right here. Here we go. Let's let it run. Okay, we get reached and cut off. Down, guys. The linebackers don't fit this thing properly here. Freeze it.
Okay, I'll go back.
Go back. Let's let it go by 3 seconds, and let's see what happens. Stop. Okay. Now you can see, look at that gap.
Yeah.
You guys see that two technique? Where is he? First of all, he turned his shoulders. They taught to stay square. Okay. The tackle and the guard, the tackle's blocking the three technique, so the guard could turn up. Look at the center. Okay. So now the backer played backside for the tight end. The stack backer should have came back inside in the A gap. So when I look at this play right now, we're in the wrong check in the secondary. You can see to the left of the screen, two guys down playing man-to-man. Okay. Little Mike is back deep like he's playing a quarters technique. We have all type of issues right now. Why? Because of motion to the boundary. The tight end came back across, so that linebacker, he came with him. So once he came with him, the stack backer, he should come back to the A gap, which is where the back goes through. And now little Mike technically would be in the B gap because the defensive end did a great job. So everybody see what I'm talking about right now. See that, Sam?
Mm-hmm.
But that gap right now, man, the Mississippi might better go through that thing. Look at that right there. Now it's on the safety. But the execution just wasn't there. The fits weren't there. It's like they had not seen this play. And that's a problem. But again, you can see the rotation. You can see the secondary playing man-to-man. And it looked like they might have gone to cover 6, I guess, at the top. I don't know, but they look confused. And the linebackers look confused. Because of the motion to the boundary, which don't be surprised, you see some type of play like this again to affect us coverage wise and run fit wise. Because this does affect you run fit wise when you motion guys when you are playing zone football.
Why is it so difficult to handle formation to the boundary, Vance?
Because a lot of times people don't really work on it enough. You got to work on this a lot. I mean, based on if it's man to man, it's simple. As soon as you say zone, okay, does your nickel back go to the boundary or not? Does the safety rolls down or not? So you got to make all kind of adjustments. And when you motion to it, if you're in zone, it affects your linebacker's run fits. It's based on does the nickel back go with him? If he doesn't, everybody got a bump. So his gap's gonna change. If the nickel back goes in motion with him, his gap doesn't change. But now coverage also dictates where you have to be. So there are a lot of things that affect you that way. So again, this is something that we probably need to work on a little bit more in practice and be prepared for in the future, which I'm certain, when I was a coordinator, if we practiced on Sunday, the first thing we walked through was this.
Mm.
And I walked through it not just in what happened in the game, I walked through it in every coverage, cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, whatever it may be. So therefore, the guys understand if it happens again, that's how we're going to adjust. And that we can practice, I'm going to slip one of those in there. It might not be what the opponent's running, but I'm going to slip one of them in there just to make sure that we're thinking all the time.
All right. Here, Vance Bedford.
Oh, here we
Yes.
go again now. I think this is over 4. I'm not 100% sure about the coverage. I'm just speculating on the look of the secondary. Okay, it's over cover 4. It's another play. They started off where? Motion from the boundary to the field because little Mike was down.
Mm-hmm.
Now they motion back to the field. So it's the same, just I look in the mirror, a little bit different, but it's the same thing. Here we go. We're getting a stretch play again. Everything the same. Everything the same. And the cutback is still going to be there. My question right now, if there you go, we running, we got the stretch. For the linebacker, this is quarters, which I put in there. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just watching the corners and the nickel back and the safety. So if this back is a quarter flat player, technically he's support. In other words, when that tight end comes back across, he has to stay back for that particular play. Okay, so if that's the case, it makes you shorten the box. Because the nickel back at the top, who's up, that DB, see number 11 coming in motion?
Mm-hmm.
That occupies him. So now little Mike, if he went to safety, he's the bonus guy in run support. And he has to fit off the linebacker. If the linebacker comes outside, little Mike got to fit inside. Which I'm pretty certain that's not where he really wants to be at $135. So I got the D line again, highlighting the linebackers, the pressure on them. But again, we're not fitting it. We're running around people. We're running around gaps. We're not playing with good fundamentals right there. So we're going to go to the end zone, Cop. We got a great view of this. Again, we highlighting these guys again. That ball can't hit back there. That is on my right tackle. My man looking up at the sky, he took a play off right there. I mean, he ended up on his back. I'm talking about maple syrup all the way, straight out of Canada. What is he doing? Again, look at him. He's cut off. We got no gap integrity because the backside guys not playing with great fundamentals. And it's a tough play to defend. The stretch play, I wonder why you don't run more of it. Because off the stretch comes a naked. That's the combination that goes with it. So now I come back with the same formation, tight end cross, take it to the back, naked out, and throw it to the tight end in the flat. That's why the linebacker stand there.
If you were outside zone team, though, at least in my, obviously novice observation, teams that run outside zone well, that's what they run. Like, they spend a lot of time on that play because you got to be committed to running well.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. But you look at those situations we just looked at, they were second down and 10. So on second and 10, as a defensive coordinator, you thinking possibly some kind of pass. This guy come out running the football. He playing not to lose badly. That's what he was doing. He said, yeah, I'm not going to let you put 50 points on me. I'm going to protect my defense. So he was playing not to lose badly, and guess what happened to him? He lost badly. It didn't help. It didn't help. I'm just saying. Whew. Man, they ran this play to perfection. Here we go. Motion to the boundary. There it is again. This is all in the first quarter. This is all in the first quarter. Here, just look at more. But again, I'll go back to if you're in a 2 technique and they run a stretch, that two technique got no chance. He's already beat because the guard, look how flat the guard goes. Mm-hmm. And the tackle already on him. And see the tight end's coming back across to block the defensive end. The three technique is fighting hard to stay outside in the big gap, so the hole is gigantic.
And the center ain't blocking nobody right now.
Nobody to block, though. That's my whole point. The three technique, because of the angle of the offensive lineman, Al probably talked about this. He's taking steps to attack the three technique outside shoulder. That makes the three technique run to try to maintain that big gap integrity. But when you see his feet crossed like that, he's already beaten. The two technique, who had no chance because he's playing two, is already beaten. Most people, you get a guy in the deep and a guy in the center, you go to a 2-hour shade because the ball is coming downhill right now. And the defensive end off the edge, the tight end's going to block him. He's a boot guy. Imagine if they ran a boot right now and the defensive end went down that flat. The quarterback could be off running for about 15 yards. But right now, they don't have enough. Again, 25 came back again for the tight end. Now, my only coaching point to the linebacker is this. It's a stretch play. It's not inside zone. The stretch play tells me to do what? To attack downhill to the side of the stretch. See how flat they are right now? That would gain 25 for you. That would gain the backside back. If it's inside zone, I understand what he's doing, but this is a stretch. So you got to go. He needs to go and attack the A gap right now. If he doesn't, see he's playing backside, you don't have no people.
So here's what my question to you, based on what you just said: is this an adjustment that he makes on the field himself, based on within the framework of the call, or is he beat already because of the call?
Some of it, sometimes the calls. You got to say what overrules certain things that your coverage. Okay, is this freeze it? Okay, look at the angle of the offensive line. So they flat. So that tells them right now they don't have a run play coming back to his right, which is our left looking at it. They don't have a play right there. So he needs to be downhill like a son of a gun. Now, if he's going to say, Coach, I'm playing a boot off of this, based off of coverage, he's right. If he's got to play the boot, then he has to hang back for the tight end. But see, I got to guess, see that safety over there in space? That's the boot guy. Mm. So I don't know who he's covering. Because look in the back end, they appear to be in some form of cover three. If they're in some form of cover three, he needs to be gone. So therefore, in my estimation, he didn't fit this right. That's why you went to cover three. Because cover three tells you, hey, you go play run. I got anything to the flat. You protect it right now.
All right. So they got better. They made an adjustment because I think they were averaging. I think they ran for like 49 yards in the first quarter, and they were averaging about 6 yards a carry. Vance, they averaged in the second quarter like 2 yards a carry.
He started blitzing.
In the third quarter, they averaged like 1 yard, less than 1 yard a carry.
Yeah. He started blitzing. He's like, I'm tired of this. We're going to stop this. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to turn these guys loose. Because he's just playing base defense. He's playing four-man front, base defense, and they took advantage of it. So he started blitzing and bringing extra guys. He had guys moving. So anytime you play technique, you don't go vertical as fast. Here's the play right here. You're blitzing right now. You got a twist on. You're blitzing right now. The mic off the edge. You got a twist inside. Set and ready to go. Number band 55 is back. I don't have to call him Bam Bam. He got a hammer on his head. His hand is like the Flintstone. So you got a blitz on right now. They got a twist inside. You got a little Mike coming off the edge. And 55 does what he always does, plays with great leverage. It's a stretch play coming again. It's a stretch play, but we're playing more aggressively right now with the calls, and that turned guys loose. You can see the gaps right now. We are penetrating right now. And that's big. And the key is that you see the angles of the guys up front. Now it's totally different. We are penetrating for tackle for losses right now. And watch my man that got highlighted make this play. Great leverage. He's stunned to the A gap. Boom, look at that. Look at him get vertical. Wow. So when they were just playing technique, they weren't playing vertical. They're playing lateral. That's how you get reached and cut off. But when you
Man,
can attack and go vertical, it's a whole different ball game. Those plays don't work.
Vance, do you see how quick he came off the ball?
Well, he been resting for 3 weeks. He's fresh. The man
Uh,
is fresh. He got free. He probably been in a swimming pool, sitting down, drinking some ice cold lemonade somewhere. Come on. Now he finally back doing what he's supposed to be doing with one hand.
oh man, he swam this dude so clean.
Like they blitzing right now, so they turn these guys loose, and he was able to make a play. Penetration kill these kind of plays. It really does. He got a quick first step, gets vertical, bam. Nice job. Nice job.
Yeah, man, he made his presence felt. Mason Graham made his presence felt in this game.
He did. He did. I liked him last year, and I still think he's an outstanding player. He continues to get better each and every year, each and every game.
All right. Speaking of number 55, we might as well stay with him, Vance.
Woo. By time, that man said, we're in even defense right now. You can see right now we're in 2-3s, wide nines. We got a backer walked up. So right now, they don't have any idea who to block right now at all. So again, here we go. We're going to turn the guy loose. Look at the pressure off the edge. That's my boy number 5.
Oh, this is
You know,
number five. Now, number
I've
five.
been on him about his run fits, but this is a great bull rush, speed to power. Watch him come off the line of scrimmage. He's going to tee off the tackle. He's scared to death. Watch the speed. So the tackle, he got a quick set. So right side, speed, right to power, right to oof. Guy had no chance. He had him on roller skates. Kid was scared to death. He knew the guy could run by him, so he's getting out of there so fast. He has no base to absorb this block. So now it's over with. So everybody's one-on-one because of the look. We're having a party at the quarterback.
Yeah, they don't play number 5 for a bull rush. They expect him to try to bend the edge every time. I think he caught him off guard there. Showed he can go speed to power too.
Anytime you got speed like that, most tackles, they get so deep that they are prone to get bull rush at the last minute. So as soon as you can get his shoulders turned, bam, he's too high. He has no chance right now. He can't anchor down. He can't, man, that guy big and stiff, man. Come on. Holy cow.
Yeah, he's supposed to do that, huh?
Man, that's the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz, man. Tell me, we not in Kansas, we're in Minnesota. He getting no oil today. It's over with.
All right. Let's get back to it. As hey, Josiah Stewart is on a little bit of a roll here with the sacks. He's been showing up in the sack column the last couple weeks.
He gonna
All right,
pay
so now
dividends. He'll pay dividends for us against Ohio State and Penn State because he should do a good job. They're gonna play right into his hands. They're gonna throw it enough where he should have 2 or 3 sacks against those teams. Again, it's just nice swim move. Look at him. Look at him. Man, it's like he was looking for a doggone donut or something. The way he ran around that guy. I mean, normally you don't teach a guy to swim move a guy like that, but he swam the guy like he gave him a nice breaststroke right over the top. Watch this technique. Why, Elson, you teach us some different things, son. That's not what Madison taught you. I mean, he making stuff up. He swam that guy. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Look at that right there. I told you that tackle was a Tin Man. He swam from all the way out to the B gap. Slapped this guy upside the head like Deacon Jones' little nephew. Bam. Ran around the fullback who didn't want to block him and got a sack. Come on. Come on, Minnesota. My
with
man.
one hand, man, with one hand.
Hey, I said it before the game started. Minnesota, they stink. And they showed it. I'm just being honest. You know what's great about the role I'm in right now? When I was a coach, I had to always be politically correct. Now, my only politics is what I want to say. And to be honest, they just stink. I'm just being honest. They need a better job of getting some players in there. But man, it's cold in Minnesota. They play outdoors.
They play outdoors.
In
Yeah,
November.
back when they played the Metrodome and you were
Yes,
coaching there,
they
right?
do.
Yeah, they got an
Yes,
outdoor
they do.
stadium.
They
Yeah,
play outdoors
they play outdoors.
when it's like a foot of snow on the ground.
I mean, I don't know how often they have to play in snow, but yeah,
Well,
they will.
it's 15 degrees in November. I'm not going to Minnesota. They better have an NIL that can buy me all kind of stockings and tights and mink coats. Otherwise than that, if I'm from the South, Minnesota, don't even call me.
Well, how did you recruit to Michigan? What did you tell kids when you were recruiting them to Michigan, Vance?
Playing in a big house. It's no cold here. This is a big house. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna name any schools, but when I was at some other schools, they should go recruiting, right? And you go in a place, and the coach say, "I got a player over here for you." I said, "I want to talk to that." I said, "No, that's from Michigan, Ohio State, and Oklahoma. I got a player for you." So it's like driving a Volkswagen. So I had to make that Volkswagen like a Cadillac, and I got it. And my little Volkswagen, it almost can drive itself. This back in the '90s. I mean, you go on the freeway, it got automatic steering. So I had to make my Volkswagen look special. Now when I got to the Michigans of the world, I'm like, I'm driving Mercedes Benz, baby. You want to come to the big house? Look what I'm driving. I mean, this you prime time. Your game at 12 o'clock. You get home early, watching other games. You got 100,000+ fans cheering you on. You got to go and you want to beat the Butter Ducks down in Columbus. I mean, you can't ask nothing about it. That's easy. You ABC. You got Gifford, you got all my guys. Whoa, Nelly was up there preaching for us. We had it all. We had Lynn Swan coming talking to Fred and Super. Now, when ABC did it, man, Lynn Swan be down there with us. We'd be listening to Richard Pryor and everybody out there cracking up. We'd be laughing. We'd be having a blast. So why would you not come to Michigan? I'm gonna give you one story. I'm recruiting Tommy Hendricks from Houston, Texas. And it's Houston, it's hot. We're in Ann Arbor. And it started snowing. I'm like, oh no, it's snowing. My man from Houston. I got his mom and dad walking with us. He committed to us in the snow in the lock wall. I always wanted to come to Michigan. So there's some people, no matter what. It's like the postman, rain, sleet, or mud. You feel me? They're going to come and show. Because why? It's Michigan. There you go, right there. Let's keep rolling, brother.
All right, let's get another one in. Okay, so get back to So you back to coaching, Vance. This is your guy.
This
This
is
your
my 13
favorite guy.
second. This is my
This
13
little
second
Mike.
play.
This your man right
My
here.
13-second play.
13
13
seconds.
seconds. Okay, hold it right there. Okay, now, this is after timeout, I believe. Okay, 13 seconds in the quarter before the half. Minnesota has no timeouts. So they throw something short, time's gonna run out. They run the football, time's gonna run out. So now we playing quarters, which in my opinion is a good cover. But it's 13 seconds. So in your mind, they gotta throw the ball where, Sam? In the end
I
zone.
got your end zone or out of bounds. Out of
Right.
bounds. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, they receivers, they good receivers. They can't run by us. So therefore, you let them catch the ball in front of you and tackle the football. But your mindset as a coach, 2-minute drill with 13 seconds is different than a 2-minute drill with a minute and 50 and a timeout. So when I look at this diagram, we playing quarters here. See the guy, the nickel back that's on the tight end in the 2 spot?
Mm-hmm.
I'm walking him up here up. So you're gonna reroute that guy. I'm gonna bang him. He's not going vertical. My safety, I'm playing a little bit wider. You know why? They gotta go deep. If he cross the field, he's going to the backside safety because the other tight end, he's in a deep up position, which means he can't go deep by his alignment. He's in the protection mode to come back across. The safety to the field, like I tell you, he's headed up to the outside shoulder. Why? Because I'm defending deep. How much time? 13 seconds, no timeout. They got to throw the ball in the end zone. That's all they got, no timeouts. So look out for double moves. Look out for a double post pattern. Deep as the deepest, inside and front, quarters over with it works. They might kick a field goal and an incomplete pass. Here we go. We're going to watch at the bottom, little Mike. Now, freeze it, stop. How many receivers to the field?
One
One.
receiver to the field.
So somebody, please explain to me why is that safety with 13 seconds moving towards the boundary hash?
I said, Vance, we gotta get you some barbecue. We do gotta get you some
Holy man.
Hennessy or something.
Give me some intercept or some whiskey or something, because man,
Wood. Hey, Wood, where you at, man?
you get on a double move
Can we
with
get coach?
13 seconds and no timeout. Come on now. I know they've been in a meeting a long time on that play, explaining to them the situation. The situation's everything. It's everything. And this is one time, like I said, we played a great game. But certain things you got to make a big point so it never happens again. But again, it's a great learning experience. It wasn't Penn State. It wasn't Ohio State. It's Minnesota. The little brown jug is still in Ann Arbor, Michigan. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. And little Mike, my guy. I expect more. Now, if it was somebody else, I might not be as upset. But little Mike's my guy. He's smarter than that. He knows better. That's why I'm so upset. We were playing. What's the receiver? Was an All-Pro receiver with the Colts? He came from I think
Marvin Harrison.
no, after him. He was a little guy. Played about 9 years, Pro Bowl. He probably about 5'8", and he was playing. I think it was FIU, and they put that little guy to the field. I'm in Louisville, and put FSL. And I told the guy, "Oh, we had a jersey. I always want to know where this guy was. You take the safety. You stay your butt over there and double this receiver. Period. I don't care what's over there. But we are not going to let this guy get one-on-one." And believe it or not, my safety, he went to the boundary. Now the corner made a great play, but I was irate. I must have chewed that safety up, and he thought I was crazy. But you know what? You work on those things, and hopefully it carries over to the game.
I'm trying to think. A 5'8" receiver was it Ty
Yo,
Hilton?
that's it. T.Y. Hilton. It's
Okay.
T.Y. T.Y. What he did in the league, he was doing that way forward in college. They moved him all over the place trying to get him open. And we still had a hard time finding that little guy. So small, it disappeared on you.
All right. Let's get the last play. So number 3, the safety made a big play in this game. No Vance.
Yes, he did.
Let's end on a high note. Let's
Yes,
end on a positive note. Cause coach, we won 52-10, coach. We
yeah.
won 52-10 at the end of the day. But I
Hey,
know, hey, yeah, I hear what you say all the time. Hey, you supposed to beat Minnesota 52-10. How does this translate
yes.
to Penn
The,
State?
how it's going to translate is this. They have yet to lower their playing ability and talent to the people they're playing. See, that's a benefit. People say, well, they're not playing anybody. Okay, that's great. They are going out and physically just dominating every single game. There are some people who play to the level of competition and make the game look tough, so they're not improving. University of Michigan right now, they are flat destroying people. That's what they should do. So to me, they're getting better and better and better every single week. We got little things here and there. It's not really hurting us. It's preparing us for the Marylands, the Ohio States, and the Penn States. That's what it's getting us ready for. So for them to happen now, that's a good thing. You don't want it to happen, but let it happen right now. Because now we're playing Ohio State. That play we saw, it's not going to happen. Against Penn State, it's not going to happen. Wow, we're going through the learning process right now. So that's the plus of it all.
Yeah.
This is a great job. First of all, they didn't block nobody. This is a great job by the safety right here. Outstanding job. He's going to get an interception now. And the D line, this is, we call this load. I call this load defense. And the reason why is this: you got a 1 shade to the boundary, a 3 technique to the boundary, and a loose 5 technique to the boundary. This started showing up a lot in the NFL about 5 years ago. It's great for pass rushers, 3rd down and 7. Because now the offensive line, they got to go full slide, and they block nobody. And this safety, his guy blocked. This is a nice play. That's a nice job. We scored twice on defense. You can't ask for any more than that. I mean, he did a great job looking things up. We had great pass rush. They had a party at the quarterback's house in the backfield right now. The offensive line coach, again, I don't know what he coached because he didn't block nobody either. I mean, so the quarterback coach needs to keep going back to the classroom, and the offensive line coach, they're going full slide almost and still block nobody. And my man threw it right to us. See, if you go back to the 13-second play, if little Michael let the safety do that and he stayed deep for the double move, it'd have been no play. So I got to always go back to that. I can't help myself because this is a similar coverage.
So we'll get into this in the breakdown. Coming off the film of this game this week, I'm curious, what would your what would your message? What would you be coaching them on this week in practice?
The details of
Formation
the game.
boundary, of course.
I'm going back to the details of the game. What's your responsibility and why? Okay. Give me a situation. It's third down and three. How many yards do you need for a first down and three? So what type of things do you expect? If it's third and seven. How many yards do you need for a first down? Have somebody say, you need seven, at least seven. Okay, what kind of routes do you expect? We're in a 2-minute drill. With 13 seconds, where the ball got to go, no timeout. Of course, they got to somehow go to the end zone. It could be a trick play, double move. If it's a minute and 35 seconds, we got to play a little bit more aggressive, but a little bit safer, keep it inside and front. So I'm going back to situation football that we got to improve on. The next thing is the stretch play. Let's go back to what we always do. We run Sam, we run Lightning. They run a stretch play, takes that away, destroys it. You saw we start blitzing that, it took that play away. So they have things in their playbook to stop plays. It took us 10 minutes to finally figure out we need to go to these type of things. Minnesota came into this game not to lose badly, rather. And that's why you saw the things they did. But we got some things we continue to grow on. We're going to see more motion to the sideline. We're going to see formation to the sideline, motion back to the field. We need to make the adjustments and make sure we're in the proper coverage and everyone is in a proper fit. So whether they practice on Sunday and have off on Monday, they walk through all those plays. They walk through the motion, they walk through all those type of things, the adjustments to run fits, how you play it, the reasons why we did what we did, and why we didn't have success in the first quarter. We got it cleaned up and ready to go. So, but at the end of the day, outstanding game. We made adjustments. You guys played with 100% effort every single snap, and that's what's important.
All right, folks. Another film study in the books, breaking it down 52-10. The Wolverines beat down Minnesota. We'll be back doing it again next week. Before we leave, I got to remind you that we don't own the footage used in this film study. Because we don't own the footage, we don't monetize it in any way. No advertising, no sponsorship, no way, shape, or form do we profit from this video. We use it strictly for the education, the entertainment, and the edification of you, the viewer. But if you want to support our ongoing efforts to edify you, you can help fund the film study. You can click that link right there in the comment section. It's pinned to the top, or right there in the description. Makes it very easy. You go to that PayPal account that funds the film study. Then at the end of the season, after we tally it all up, we send old Vance Bedford a check, and he's gonna spread it around. He's gonna spread it to teachers. He's gonna spread it to the barbecue joints. He's gonna take care of Mac. It's gonna be a Vance party because you helped fund the film study, Vance. That's all. Show a little love, right, Vance?
That's all it is, man. I'm looking forward to it. Tiki gonna be really happy. Man, you take care of little Tiki. I tell you what, I wish I had him with me right now. I'm not, but I'm in Houston. I'm not in Colorado right now. He'd be one happy little dog.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for another edition of the Michigan Football Film Study, focused on the defense with Vance Bedford. We'll see you next time.
Go blue.